Stuttering John got trolled. He got had. This is an amazing prank because what happens here is John does zero prep for his show. He goes, I'm going to go subreddit surfing, which, by the way, cease and desist. If I know how litigious the potato is. And John goes, I'm going to go subreddit surfing. And, he loves to go to Hackverse and Shuli's Anonymous. And the great thing about the people at Shuli's Anonymous is they hate Shuli, but they also hate John. And in John's world, it's like you're either with Shuli or you're, with John. And that's just not the case. So someone made a video and they put a title on it. They knew that John would be really excited to watch it.
They're fishing for a blobfish.
Correct. Yeah. So John, hook, line, and sinker, sees the video, plays it on his show live without curating anything. And I censored this on my end so that we don't get a strike. But there's some porn that shows up here.
I haven't been hungover in a long fucking time. Oh, this looks good. Oh, wait a second. Fatty Patty. Man, are you delivering something? This looks good.
Okay. So the name of this video is Melton shows proof that Shuli paid for views. Mm-hmm. So that's what John wants to see. Like, oh, let's prove that Shuli's buying these viewers that he has on YouTube. And so as he's watching, go ahead.
If you will know, it was also posted 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's brand new. So as soon as John goes, I'm going to go on the subreddits and start checking out what's on there. So I was like, all right, let's do this. All right, so he's watching it without sound, which is why you're not hearing. But it is showing Patrick Melton talking up until this point, and then it switches over to a naked girl spread eagle.
Man, are you delivering something? This looks good. Oh, wait, I can't play that. Fuck. Oh, no.
Hook, line, and stutter.
There. Hold on. You can't look at this fucking thing.
I mean, I will later.
I'd probably just put that up, right? No, I don't know.
I think if a telemarketer literally called his house right now and said, I can get you proof of Shuli he would buy.
Oh, yeah.
Like he throws his credit card down.
Yeah.
Yep.
You are the one pathetic loser. Thank you.
I love that John does nothing but read insults on his super chat on every show, the entire show long. But he leaves them out there forever, and he reads them so slowly.
He cannot read a word ahead.
No.
And that's what you do when you read live is at least one ahead.
Correct. Yeah,
and
know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
You are one fat, gross, pathetic. You know what? This is actually insulting. Gotta get this off the screen real quick.
He has to just set a precedent so he could say he never reads the super chats in advance, not even a word.
Right, but then you'll see these parts where for 60, 80 seconds he's going, nope, not reading that. Nope. So he likes to have it both ways. All right. This is great because now that Muttering Jay, who's the Twitter guy who was trolling John for a long time and then took John's side for a long time and then decided to go back against John because he had Dabble Storian on his show or whatever. John's realizing that Muttering Jay is probably the reason he was fired from his job at the school district because Muttering Jay was tweeting at them directly with stuff that John was doing on the internet. But then Muttering Jay, proving that John's a narcissist and it's very easy to manipulate narcissists, just went on and just started saying, I don't like Carl and I don't like Shuli and I don't like the Shuli network. And then John's the best. And John went, this Muttering Jay guy's making some good points.
Speaking my language.
Yeah. So it's that's how dumb John is. And that's how you know he is an actual narcissist is if you're saying things he wants to hear, he loves you. Doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Muttering Jay's posted photos of his kids, made fun of his trans adult. It's an adult. But, made fun of his family, all these things. And then John all of a sudden just loves Muttering Jay. Well, Muttering Jay turned on him again. So now John wants to find out the identity of Muttering Jay in order to go after him with a lawsuit for getting him fired.
But I will say, and I've discussed this with Vince, and he knows this to be true. When he got me fired from LAUSD, that is a fucking severe offense. Now, it is my legal right to have Twitter tell me who it is. That is a fact. So that is what, when you were mentioning all these lawsuits, yes, I am talking to an attorney about that because I didn't do anything when I was fired because I didn't know, because they didn't tell me who was the person. But I can find that out now. I realize Vince said there's a way I can do that. So I am now pursuing that.
So let me just break down what's happening for people who are following this, all the ins and outs of this. John is talking to Vince the lawyer about trying to find out who Vince the lawyer's sock account is on Twitter. And Vince the lawyer is telling him that he will be able to find out who Vince the lawyer is. John, I know you don't realize this. Vince the lawyer is the biggest troll on the internet. He's been trolling you for years, longer than anyone else. Longer than anyone else. He's been trolling you. He still is. He's still doing it masterfully because you do not see it. You think he's your attorney. He says it all the time. He's like, I was talking to my attorney. He's not your attorney. You don't pay him anything. He's fucking with you. So I thought that was fun. And
John's the one that got himself fired from his job.
Well, no,
absolutely.
It's just like, look what this guy's up to.
Well,
okay, you're fired.
As Kinky Spurgo points out in our Discord, that is not a fact. John goes, I can find out the identity. We can force Twitter to tell us the identity of this guy. That's a fact. No, it's definitely not a fact. It's not a thing. Good luck with that. Do you think Twitter knows the identity of everyone on Twitter? They don't. That's the whole point.
I'll be having Twitter on my show later on this week.
Like, how do you fucking not know that? You follow the news. You're this guy who tells us all about politics. They've been talking about this whole thing with anonymous accounts and shit on the internet. They don't fucking know. And you can make any email and just be anything.
Yeah, Apple doesn't unlock cell phones for the cops, and Twitter doesn't tell the cops or your lawyer who their users are.
So stupid.
That's good to know.
At least for now. Okay. So this is again from Monday's episode, and then we'll move on to yesterday's episode. But John brings me up, as he's been doing a lot lately, and I'm not taking the bait. I know it seems like I am, but I'm mostly avoiding most of the things that he's saying. But I did want to address this.
He's done nothing in life. All he does is talk about me. That is the sign of a fucking loser. And he knows he's a loser. Well, no, he doesn't. He's too much of a narcissist.
Why do they podcast? WDTP.
Do we really need... Why do they podcast? Do we really need another show about Stuttering John? Really? Isn't the consensus that we have enough? I mean, how many shows are you going to do about me? I know I'm incredibly charismatic. I know I'm the only successful one in the Dabbleverse. I know I'm the only one who's entertaining. But alone, I don't need anybody. Unlike these other fucking guys. Kevin Brennan, he tries to do a show alone. I was watching him yesterday.
Motherfucker. I started this. Yeah. Oh, we need another guy talking about me?
Yeah.
I'm the fucking last one who's going to be out of this game, motherfucker. How dare you? It's like I just piled on.
Sunday night at 10.
Right. Well, of course, potato soup
Obviously.
is a welcome addition to this whole world. But I was taken aback by that. I'm like, what the fuck?
John, that's rude.
Yeah. How dare you? Yeah, someone in the Discord saying I obviously stole it from Shuli. No! Get your timeline right.
Well, steal from the best, Carl, you
This
know?
Shuli guy's onto something. John's an idiot, huh? All right, let's see if I can milk this for a couple of years.
Unfortunately, when future generations look back, we all know Shuli's write the history books, so
Right, that's true. That's a
we
good
know
point.
how this story will change.
Yes. All right, so let's fast forward. Yesterday's episode, Tuesday this week. John is always complaining about people not giving him enough money, which is such a rude thing to do to people who are giving you money.
Pathetic.
Well, pathetic too.
I have a booger on my lip. Thank you.
That's Troy Smith. $2 super chat. You have a booger on your lip. Thank you, Troy.
Oh, he's taking requests?
Yeah. I love that you're all here with me on this Tuesday afternoon. David Alexander, the rich guy, 30 G's you spent on donations, and only 5 to me.
I think he's thinking of David Chandler, not David Alexander.
Yes.
Right? So he's not even correct about this. But immediately he's angry that he only got $5 and he sees way bigger donations other places.
And I'm the goat.
Where did he get that $30,000 number?
Oh, he just made it up.
But how do you? That's a pretty random number to pull up.
Yeah.
Like he probably
heard
owes $30,000 right now.
He heard it from somewhere because that John just repeats shit he hears other people say. He doesn't have original thoughts in his head. So he sees this guy, gives him $5, and his first instinct is to complain about that. No one should give John anything. He does nothing to deserve anything. And he decides to complain about $5 charity donation.
The goat. I am the one that supplies all the content for all of these losers. You said Carl loves Lusa.
Lusa.
Loves losers. Also, Carl's obsessed with me. By your logic, you equal. No.
Yes, John. That's precisely correct. That's how that works.
I'm going to talk to my attorney about that.
All right, so you just saw he was mad at David Alexander for not giving him more than $5. And in the past few weeks, he keeps yelling at Brock Lee because he goes, Brock Lee, I see you're giving all this money to Kevin. You only give me this amount of money. What the fuck? So for some reason, this is the same show. It's just a few minutes later, he says this to Brock Lee.
Good idea, Brock. And Brock, I'm going to stop asking you, to fucking super chat me the big money. If you want to give it to Kevin, it's fine. I appreciate even the $5.
Wow. He's really growing up right before our very eyes here. He's understanding gratitude. Interesting. I didn't think he had it in him.
I thought you had a big list there.
Nope. just that one thing. But he really does understand it because obviously.
Don't worry, he'll forget tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the new begging tactic.
Oh, is that what it is? Reverse
Like,
psychology?
well, the shaming didn't work,
Yep.
so let me try this.
I don't even want your money. Your money's no good here, Broccoli. Interesting.
I like this David Alexander thing because that's just probably some new guy trying to support him, and he's like,
Yeah.
why am I getting motherfuckers?
Right. Yeah. 30,000. The guy's like, I don't need $30,000.
There's more than one David in the world. Jesus.
Fucking idiots. All right. So John's figured out he's got something he's going to do next week on his show. I hope this is true. I don't think he'll follow through with it because he's an idiot. But if he does, I welcome it.
You know what I'm going to do? Okay. New idea. Next week, I'm going to get a psychologist to analyze Lady K when he talks about me. And I guarantee you're going to realize that Lady K is jealous of me. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this simple concept.
Or a
He is
psychologist.
fucking so jealous of me.
Could you imagine he brings in a rocket scientist? They're like, John, I don't understand psychology. I'm a rocket scientist. It's a very different field.
But Carl, why don't we get in front of this? Why are you so jealous of John?
Isn't that incredible? That's his new thing now that he's figured out. He had this big epiphany. He's like, that's what it is. Carl wants to be me so badly. And in the chat, there at Penis Wrinkle, I appreciate it. He keeps going, John, why would he want to be you? You're a loser. He has more money than you. He has more friends than you. He has more going on in his life. And John's going, nope. I was on the Howard Stern show. Nope. I was on Leno. It's like, who cares what you used to do? No one's jealous of what people used to do. And John's just not figuring this out at all. He's not going along with it. So, and that'd be amazing if you had a psychologist.
What he doesn't realize, if he was to bring a psychologist on and analyze him on his show, would be amazing.
I think that would end up happening inadvertently.
Yeah.
The guy'd be like, well, Carl seems well adjusted. What's up with you?
Right. He's actually having a good time with this where you seem upset. You seem genuinely upset about what's
How
going
do
on.
you feel right now, John?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I hope he does follow through with this. It'd be awesome to see him because he's obviously going to lead the witness. He's like, and what he'll do, what his conclusion will be. It's like when we brought Dr. Drew on the Uncle Rico show to tell us that John's an alcoholic. It's like, right, Dr. Drew? Huh? You've seen addicts, right? Huh? He wasn't going along with it. It doesn't work that way. You can't tell doctors what to prescribe to you.
I don't have cancer, right?
All right. Here, John is going to prove something to all of us. I'm not sure what he's proving. Maybe someone can help me with this.
Now, Lady Kmart always wanted to be a radio star and a music star. And no one's even pointed this out, but I will. Watch.
And learn.
Yeah.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
So Opie now all the
Okay. Now, people. Do you notice that little jingle there?
yeah.
That's Lady K wanting so badly to think that he's a radio star. So he plays a radio jingle. Because, thank you, Clay Dabble. Yes, I would destroy Silent Mike. It wouldn't even be fucking close.
Distracted
That
easily.
fat fuck will be down for the count.
And when he starts fantasizing about beating up his enemies. It's one of my favorite like little kid things that he does. Oh, if he was in the ring with me, I'd punch him so hard in his face. He'd be so upset and crying. Give him a black eye.
When he was making the Army Major watch Phil Elmore with his workout routine.
Yeah.
I'll just punch him in the face.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, man, do you think I'd just punch him in the face, right? I'd probably beat him up, right? Don't you think so?
Got to go, John.
So what did John just prove right there? I have a radio jingle because I have a show, John. It's a show.
Yeah.
That's why there's music.
You're such a wannabe,
Jingle.
Carl.
I think that's what you're supposed to do.
You wish you were a music star.
I wish I was a music star. I wanted so badly to be a music star. So John is doing this thing now where he's watching, and I'm going to play it in a little bit. Chad Zumach picked up on this too. I put out like a 6-minute long clip with Pat Oates in here. We were looking at some Opie stuff, and I don't normally put out videos that are that short. So it made it really easy for John and Chad to latch on to that. I'd be like, I watched this whole thing. I'm ready to riff on this one. So they both came in guns a-blazing.
Well prepared.
Yeah, ready to go on this video where we're goofing on Opie. And John's whole thing is that I say something and then John mimics it with a silly voice.
Yeah.
And that's hilarious for him. He's getting me really good.
You know how much I hate that.
Oh, he's going to get me really good. You think you hate it. He's goofing on me, Lucy. This is rough. I mean, I don't even want to play this.
He's just wearing your shirt. He's goofing on Carl.
It's true.
Wait, who's they?
Whoever is working with Opie, because Opie couldn't have done this himself.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Opie could have done this himself. Oh, the face of failure. You're such a fucking loser.
so John doesn't have any original thoughts
Unbelievable.
in his head because I put out a video 2 weeks ago with John's face and the thumbnail said the face of failure. And ever since I did that, John's been calling everyone the face of failure now. So
You're in his head, man.
It's so transparent and obvious. So this is what his style is, trying to do our show, where he watches a clip and then just repeats whatever I just said. Even though I'm in the middle of a sentence setting something up, I'll just pause it and go, what a fucking idiot. Why is he saying that? Like, well, give it a second.
or he says, fucking hell.
Fucking hell, yeah. This is, I actually wrote in my notes, Stuttering John fucking hell Melendez. Get rid of the stuttering. John, you got to stop saying fucking hell. I know that you hang out with all your British blokes down there at the pub, but that's not something that people say as often as you say it. It's really annoying. Okay. So, John, again, completely copying me because I like to talk about how a lot of the things that John critiques are pure projection. Actually, this is something that Vince, the attorney, has brought up to John many times, is that criticism is self-criticism.
Now, you're going to watch Lady K project. He is going to project his own thoughts onto Opie. So for those of you who think I don't do prep, I think now you will know that I do. Because I watched this fucking stupid ass just because I want to goof on the hypocrisy and the projection of Lady K-Mon.
Okay. So obviously we've talked about projection on here. We've talked about prep. John's bringing all of these things up now. So now he's repeating the same stuff that he hears us saying, and he's trying to make it sound like we're the problem. He's all proud of himself. He actually watched a 5-minute video before the show started. And remember, this is the day after he just showed porn on his channel because he wasn't watching the video. It's like, oh, I hope you would learn to watch a 5-minute video before you go on there and fuck that up again.
Okay, I wasn't prepped
obviously.
for that.
So this is more mimicking me, followed by a thing that he's been saying a lot, especially on the show yesterday, about whether or not Howard Stern would like me.
The worst take. He's talking about smoking sections.
He's talking about fucking suffering succotash. He's talking about smoking sections. Oh, Lady K, if you were ever on the Stern Show, you would be the biggest. Howard would fucking despise you. Despise you. That's a fact. Trust me.
That's not how facts work, John. What is an actual fact is that Howard Stern despises Stuttering John. That's an actual fact. He has said it. So that is actually a real thing. That's a fact. But this is what's so funny is now John is talking about how, well, I fit in with the Stern Show guys. Carl wishes he could do that, and he wouldn't be able to do that. And he continues on here.
Trust me, Lady K, if Howard Stern watched this, he would go, this is the worst show I've ever seen if he watched your show.
So this reminds me of Patty Seacups, Patrick Michael, when we were goofing on him and he was trying to fight back. Carl's that guy that if he was in my 8th grade class, we'd all be goofing on him. Oh no, he called me a substitute teacher. That's right. He goes, if he was
the irony.
If he was our substitute teacher, yeah, that's funny. If he was our substitute teacher, we'd all be goofing on him and laughing at him. And now John's doing the same thing. He can't make fun of me. He has no skills in this. He's not good at roasting. But if Howard Stern was there and Fred and Jackie, oh man, the pile-on, and then John could be laughing in the background and making teeth jokes and everyone would be laughing together. He can't do it.
Yeah.
But with all of his buddies, his former buddies there goofing on me. What a weird fantasy.
He'd be in the background just nodding his head saying, yeah, my work is done here.
Yeah.
But this potato is really hot now.
But this is the fantasy of people who can't do things on their own. Yeah. They remember a time when they were a part of a clique or a group that was doing good things, and they go, man, if only you had crossed me then. Because that's when I had friends, and we were all laughing at jerks like you. We would have got you so good. Bring it, John. Go for it. Anytime you want to actually make fun of me, go for it. I welcome it, because this is not it. I'm going to warn everyone. This is the worst song parody John has come up with, and that is saying a lot. Have you seen King Putz yet?
No, but I can't wait.
Andy?
Nope.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
John doesn't even realize you have to change the lyrics in a song to make it make sense, to make it funny. He just decides to start singing a song, and he's bad.
You're going to criticize lyrics?
He thinks
Carl?
he's...
Yeah, I am going to criticize lyrics. There, Cardiff.
Et tu, Carl. Et tu.
himself. He thinks he's so great sitting in his paneled basement in the shithole of New York, high crime rate, high poverty rate, high inflation, and he...
Unlike California.
I know. Inflation's a Rochester thing, apparently.
Oh, he's grasping at straws.
He's grasping at straws. And where he lives in the valley is a shit show. I was just there recently. It is. Do you want to talk about crime? You're talking about poverty. We don't have nearly the homeless problem. And we do have a homeless problem here, but not nearly what they're looking at in LA. You retard.
Poverty rate, high inflation, and he's sitting there thinking he's somehow the king? You're King Putz. Ooh. King Putz. King Putz. When I die, don't think I'm a nut. Don't want a fancy funeral. Just one like old King Putz. King Putz.
Those are the actual lyrics.
How does he come up with that?
No, Carl. He changed tut to putz.
I did hear that part.
Yeah.
But what is King Tut had died. That's why that lyric made sense. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
What's he talking about? This is a 50-year-old song that John is singing right now. I'm thinking that he's witty and interesting.
Low life Putz. Born in a shithole, dies in a shithole, King Putz.
Clever rhyme scheme.
Putts, 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 putts.
Wow.
Putts, 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 putts.
Don't hurt yourself.
Now when I die,
Oh, no.
don't think I'm a nut.
You only know that
Don't
line?
want no fancy funeral, just one like old King Putts. King Putts. Snaggle tooth.
Let's back that up. Let's watch the saliva
Whoa,
fly.
I thought that was a tooth.
Now when
He can't afford math.
Oh, you're right.
I die, don't think I'm a nut. Don't want no fancy funeral, just one like old King Putts. King Putts. Snaggletooth, snaggletooth, King Putts, snaggletooth, snaggletooth, snaggletooth. He is always a loser. Drinks a dainty, eats a dainty, drinking boozer. King Putts. King Putts.
Wow. Keep it going, John. You're killing it.
All right, let's go back to King Putts.
As soon as he tried to change a lyric, he got completely lost and had no idea what to do with it.
It was getting dangerously close to.
Do up. I think the chat has found you out, Carl. They knew you ended the Carl parody contest early before bringing this one out. Yeah.
Holy shit. It's so bad.
He's just trying to show you how to be a music star.
So another thing that's been happening lately is, I guess Carter's phone number got leaked. And there's speculation that John's the one who leaked his phone number, since John's been talking about doxing Cardiff nonstop for a week or so.
What an asshole.
Cardiff, you want to weigh in on this?
My lawyer has advised me. No,
Okay.
I never accused John
No, you didn't.
of leaking my number. I was just notifying my friends that I communicate with on that number that my number has been compromised. So DM me there. That's all that was. That was not an accusatory statement.
Correct.
As John would like to say.
But because of this, there's a lot of people accusing John of doxing him. And John likes to say he doesn't dox anyone. He literally comes out and says he doesn't dox anyone, which is insane. He loves to say my name, spell it out, and then he's like, it's all over LinkedIn. You have to know my name to find my LinkedIn profile. That's how that works. LinkedIn doesn't suggest me to you.
Yeah, it doesn't take hints.
Doxed himself.
He doxed himself. He put his own address in Cape Coral up on the screen and left it up there for a long time. John's constantly doxing people.
I just wanted visitors.
And as he's saying he doesn't dox people, he decides to dox my fucking wife. And I muted this, but it happened.
Who gave him that fucking haircut, by the way? Is that Jennifer? Is that Jennifer? Your wife? Huh? Oh, yeah, you want me to goof on your wife? You have no problem goofing on my kids? You fucking douchebag?
So I cut out the part where they said her last name. John, I don't goof on your kids. I really don't. He keeps bringing this up. Patrick Melton goofs on your kids. People keep bringing it up to you and you go, I don't know who Patrick Melton is. Yes, you do. It's Fatty Patty. You wrote a song about it you're all proud of. You know exactly who that is.
Goof on how worked up you get about
yes,
people goofing on your kids.
Right. We goof on the fact that you keep bringing up your kids in order for people to bring up that you bring up your kids so that you can get worked up about people bringing up that you bring up your kids.
You think I get worked up?
Yeah, it's so insane. So John just goes around doxing me nonstop, spelling out my name. He's trying to weaponize the information that he has. And he's saying my wife's name. And he's just trying to get this information out there. And again, the point of doxing someone is you think that potentially someone else will ruin their lives for you.
Yeah.
He's lazy.
It's a lazy thing to do to your enemies, but also a really shitty thing to do. You have to be a shitty person to do it. In all of the back and forth I've ever had with Stuttering John, I've never leaked his address, his phone number, any information that I've had about him. It's just a dick move. People don't do that. So John's
Just the audiobook.
Yeah. All I did was post the entire MP3 of his audio. Oh, shit. Cardiff got me.
Allegedly.
Got me to admit it. So John's watching this video. You probably remember the last time we were talking about Opie, we played a clip where Opie says this one joke to a guy on his show, and him and Carl Ruiz crack up about it for over a minute straight. It's crazy how hard they're laughing at Opie's stupid little one-liner. So that was the whole point of this video that we had. And John can't believe that I would say this, but it goes on for over a minute.
Goes on, John. It goes on, John. It goes on for over a minute, John.
And the reason why it goes on and on is
The
because
reason why it goes on and on, John. The reason why it goes on and on, John.
That'll get funny.
That's the way people
Opie is
talk.
laughing at his own joke.
Okay. Projection. Opie is laughing at his own joke. Now I ask you, how many times does Lady K laugh at his own jokes? Fucking nonstop.
Oh, that's the answer.
Oh, there is another projection.
I was thinking about it. I mean,
So Carl Heberger, Heberger, wife was too embarrassed to take his name. Carl laughs at his own jokes incessantly, but he's going to accuse fucking Opie of that?
Not just accuse him. I show proof.
What a fucking tool.
I showed my work on that one.
yeah, where's the supercut of Carl laughing at his own jokes?
Also, John, you can say my wife's embarrassed, but she sleeps next to me in my bed every night. So where's your wife? She also doesn't have your last name and sleeps with another guy, Aaron.
I sleep in a race car.
Right. Oh, that's the other thing too. When people stick up for me in the chat and I appreciate it, and they go, "Well, Carl actually has a family and a wife," and John's like, I didn't want a wife." He goes, "I don't want to eat pizza every day." So his logic is that it was his decision to get a divorce and lose half his money so that he could fuck other people. Should have thought of that before you got married and lost all of your assets over it, dummy. Doesn't make any fucking sense. If that really was your decision to lose half of your money and live the way that you live now, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
He's got
I
it
didn't
all
want
planned
my
out.
I didn't want my mansion. I wanted to give half of it to my
Right.
wife.
Smart. Good move. All right, this is our fucking hell clip.
Look at those teeth. Holy saber tooth. Fucking hell.
Looks fine.
Yeah, hugging and kissing.
Now they're all laughing at their own jokes. Wow. Talk about the hypocrisy. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, John. Got us again. Well done.
I
buddy.
think of us in Detroit watching him live and everyone just yucking it up over drunk nothing. Go fuck yourself, John. In summation,
the problem with John here is all the things that he goofs on, people he doesn't like for, are things that he does. Yeah. And we've pointed this out many times where John always goofs on Jackie for laughing too hard at his own jokes. And every time John's on another show, when he was on that radio show in Des Moines, and he's laughing at everything that he's saying.
he laughs at his jokes in his book.
Non-stop laughing at his own jokes. Things that he said 1,000 times before. He'll say it again and laugh again.
Well, the problem with that clip, though, is not that somebody made a joke and everybody had a good time at the joke. It's how long they carry on
no shit.
about a mediocre joke.
That was the point.
It goes on for like 3 times too long.
Yes.
That's why it's stupid. Not because people are having fun with jokes.
Right. It happens from time to time when we get genuine laughs on this show.
I have to
and we
explain
laugh.
this to John.
I know.
I don't think I have to explain it
So
to our
insane.
audience.
So stupid. Someone sent me this. Apparently, they found John's house, the house he just moved into in Florida. It's already a problem.
All right, let's take a look inside. All right. So there's a little outside. Oh, look at all these roaches.
John's house, all right. Let me out of here.
All righty. So.
There it is. John's living room.
Bad. Oh my
It's the Coors cans that allowed me to put a bigger down payment than Carl on my Florida house.
Anybody want a Coors Light? A lot of these bottles were empty and then refilled with urine.
Oh my God.
What's worse?
That's not actually John's.
Always recycle.
Same.
It's a joke, everybody. It's a joke. Yeah, that was the other thing that everyone's telling John, it's really stupid to goof on me for renting out my second home in Florida that I don't live in permanently. That's what you do when you own a second home. And John goes, I talked to Carl on the phone. That was not his plan. What do you mean it wasn't my plan?
Oh, you
Why
guys
did you-
discussed plans?
No, I didn't. with him. He
You
was
just
trying to talk to
close
me.
all your financial arrangements.
I didn't
with
tell him
Stuttering
anything
John
about the
Melendez.
finances. He was telling me about how much he put down on his house and what his mortgage payment was. I didn't tell him any of these
Where
things.
do you see yourself in 5 years?
And also, John, remember when I was telling you how I had a management company? Why do you think I have that? I've always planned on buying a house and then renting it out. That's why you buy a second home, as an investment, you idiot. John acts like I'm the idiot. He bought a house that just sits there and he's paying a mortgage and a ton of interest on. He's going to end up paying 4 times what it's ever going to be worth when it's all said and done. But he won't, because he's not going to live that long. His mom probably will outlive him and she'll be stuck with it. But that's John for you. That's John Nomics. All right. This is from Baloney Factory.
Yes.
Fucking love Baloney Factory. He's killing it.
I'll be your worst enemy. I might go to Detroit this weekend. Vinnie Paulino is going to get me in. So is Carter. I don't think you want to meet me, though. I don't think so. But if I do come, we will meet. And when we meet, it won't be good.
What is the bongo? Baloney Factory.
We haven't negotiated yet, but I'm not going to be cheap. He knows that.
Okay.
I do want a 3-hour movie of that.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm
I would
cool with
watch
that.
Now, John has said many times, if he ever sees me, you know, obviously
It won't be good.
We live close to each other. He's like, turn away, look the other way, don't even talk to me, turn away, walk away.
I'm hideous.
And I was listening recently to when Howard Stern was reacting to John on the Adam Carolla show, and Howard decided that John was his mortal enemy from there on out because of what John was saying about him. And Howard said the exact same thing. If I ever see John again, he better just turn around and walk away. And I went, oh, John has no original thoughts in his head at all. Everything he says, he heard someone else say it, and then he says it.
It's a weird way to go through life.
It is.
Who are these podcasts?